This is Reach for the Sky on normal and hard. This is a really great quest. They have some optional paths to complete it. You could try both ways. I'm going to show you the way
Somewhere
that
nearby is
I
the
think is the
Storm
best
Reach
way.
beacon,
Other
Horn's
people probably run it
protection
the other
against
way.
vengeful forge wraiths. The beacon will surely be under heavy guard, but that's
So the first thing we need to do is get in here, but we need a ticket.
The beacon back
So we go down and talk to this guy, and I'm going to get my social skill ring on and see if I can't bluff him. And he gives us a ticket. So then we go back here, and one way to kind of get to the end where we're going, basically the ultimate quest completion, is this way. And so we talk to this guy, and he gives us a couple of choices. The backstage pass, which reduces fighting, taking the backstage approach, detaining the mercenaries, which reduces some of the bosses at the end fight. So I'm going to have him detain those mercenaries. I've done both ways, and I just like this way better than the backstage way. So then, instead of going through the theater, we go a different way around the theater. This way. So up this big tower that's here. And they have these lifts to shorten it a little bit. And let's see, take the next lift. And this one takes us all the way to the top. Then we just follow this bridge, and if we look down, this is where we came from, way down there. We just follow this to the end, and these are forge wraiths that are detained. And then we jump on this, and we want to move our arrow forward this way to get to this lift. Right, and then we're going to land on this lift and kind of move our way forward to this top of here. So this is sort of like I'll call the back way, I guess. We're going around the building instead of through the building, and this is where the end fight's going to be. And then we're going to go in the back of the building here. We got a few unhappy people that were here, unhappy about us being here. And they're not really any more welcoming if we go through the backstage way either. Alright, then we just keep going down. Alright, so I'm going to get my unlock goggles on, use my skill boost, and see if this is good enough to open this. It is. And there's the smallest shrine you'll ever see here, and a chest. All right, then we just take this elevator down, pull this lever, or shoot, not elevator, it's like a chute. Jump down, And then this part is going to involve a little bit of jumping, which, you know, not my strongest suit, but let me get my jumping boots on and make it a little less forgiving. And my jump potion, I better get some more. I'm down to 3. All right, and so you want to kind of get over here. You don't want to jump too far because that'll be make it more complicated. You want to go to about, oh, I didn't make it, so a little further than that.
It's a fine evening here in Sharn, says
right.
Lucien Vaunt, his voice brimming with confidence. And tomorrow will be truly beautiful.
Okay.
Vaunt will be talking on stage for a while.
Once you're
Now's
here,
your
you just
chance
kind
to
of
steal
move
back the
your
Stone
way
Age beacon.
over here,
That's because tonight,
and then we
the
want to
world
jump
is
onto
about
this.
to change. The people in this room are about to change it.
Grab this lever,
When I created the Vaunt Arcane Assistant,
then
I
go to
asked
the other
myself
side,
a
and I'm
question.
using the right mouse
What
click
if
and
magic
arrow
wasn't
to make sure I stay straight,
only a select few?
and then
What
press
if
this lever.
magic was available to
And so we're going to
everyone?
go under the stage.
Imagine a world where we are free from the troublesome little tasks that clutter up our day. Imagine a world where we all have magic at our fingertips.
And this could be a tough fight in high
That's
difficulties.
the world I set out to
Doesn't seem like it's going to be anything like that here.
On behalf of Vaunt Arcanotech, it
But
is
there's a
my
lot of
pleasure to announce
a lot of
the
enemies
highest
there, and they
and
do some
perfected
pretty.
version of my device. Introducing the new Vaunt Arcane Apprentice. It now comes in black. Better still, Vaunt Arcane Apprentice has new functionality and new spells. It's simple enough.
Well, I'm
that
not
a
sure.
brute with absolutely no arcane training can use it. My charming assistant will now demonstrate. Lucy mutters to Vaughn. Boss, we have a situation backstage. If you please. Damn this box to
There she is.
Will you listen?
All right. Well, that was a pain.
Troll lashes out in anger.
And so we just clear this area.
Well, clearly, smashing it is not how you get the best value for your money. But
And it looks like my daily dice is available, so I'm going to do that real quick.
Even when misused in such a wasteful manner. Cool, unbelievable. The troll says,
Sibri Spirit Cake.
crestfallen.
All right. Well, 1,000
And we
experience.
do
Okay.
have an extra
That was a nice roll.
adamantine edition of the
Sibri
device
Spirit
available.
Cake lets you revive from the dead, so
Some of the new
probably won't
spells
need that for a while.
included
But
in
now we
this
just defeat these enemies. A lot of times I'll fight them out in the hallway, drag them out there to make the fight a little easier. Shouldn't be a big deal on normal. But I like to drag them out to the hallway, and then you get these Arno technicians aren't attacking you until a little later in the fight. Alright.
The new Vaunt Arcane Apprentice comes in any color
So now we
you
just
like, as long
click on that and reach
as it's
inside. And then we,
What's going on?
after some time, we can then
Lucien
click
Vaunt
on it,
chuckles with a cry of anguish on his
and we're
lips.
good. Now,
He died as he lived.
I'm gonna do this. I'm going to give myself an invis scroll here. Make myself invisible. Go back to my regular gear set, and then just try to run past everything. That's usually what I like to do in this quest. And there might be some stuff that will follow me. And then we'll have this here we have to deal with. Alright, I'm going to open this and then again invis myself. And run this way. Just sort of ignore all the things fighting each other. I'd rather have them fighting each other than fighting me. And then come back on the ladder. And then now you're going to have possibly some forge raids here to fight. If you want a shrine, there's a forge raid in there that you'll have to defeat. You want to try to sidestep around its big attack when it does it. Alright, now we have these guys to fight, and we're fighting fewer things in the end fight because we had him detain the mercenaries. Alright, now we just come here. And you could fight them one at a time like this, right? So that's one. I'm going to fight them both at the same time, just because with my melee attacks, it's more efficient and I can take the damage. On higher difficulties, I'll just fight them one at a time. Why not? You know, if it's too hard. But you basically don't go on the top and one guy won't activate. I'm going to recall out and go right back in hard. That's medium armor. Okay, nothing too interesting. I'm just going to grab something to sell to a vendor and then retake the quest and go right back in hard. And I'm going to do it the same way again this time, just to it's the way I think is the best way to run this quest. But I encourage you to try the backstage way. It's pretty straightforward. You just kind of go through the rooms to the back instead of going around the building. If you want to really explore it, but for completion, this is what I think is the best way.
If you do it right, no one will be able to stand in your way.
All right, so I forgot to use my ring and skill boost, so I'm gonna try that again. All right, how much for ticket? So I failed my bluff, so that's okay. So I just paid him 50 gold. That's not bad. And once again, I did have to detain those mercenaries. I think that's the best use of his skills. And then head to the big tower over there. That's where we're going to go, and we're going to cross that bridge. And again, you want to push forward as you're doing this to land on this spot. I don't think you could make it to the other building bypassing this spot. At least I've tried it a few times and haven't been able to do it. But maybe if you have the right skills, you can do it, or with wings you can do it. Wings being many things in the game that give you the ability to kind of push further. One of which we'll farm for soonish, from House Cana, some boots. It's I believe the only item, or one of the only items anyways, that has that ability on it. There's a number of destiny and class abilities that give you the ability to kind of do this kind of far forward leap, if you will, like kind of forward moving leap. And they call it wings because I think the first ones were Sorcerer and Favorite Soul, and they were sort of wing-like. They're wing-like abilities. And some of the other implementations are a little different, but people still refer to them as wings. Sorcerer gets it by being an Air Savant, and a Favorite Soul gets it by reaching, I believe, level 17, but a high level in Favorite Soul. So I'm going to put my lock. I'm going to put my lock item and use my skill boost. Was kind of hoping to see what I would do on a low number there, like a 1 or a 2, but I guess I'll take an 18. I've only had a few locks I've not been able to pick in game, and mostly they're ones that I sort of knew were high lock DCs, and there's a couple of epic ones in Evening Star, that will be the same. But I'm getting, with only 5 points in open lock, I'm getting a lot of opening a lot. All right, so we're going to go on here, and again, you want to jump, but you don't want to fall down there. So you want to you make sure if you're going to fall, if you're going to not make the jump, you want to not make it on the short side. There we go. And then, again, I use the forward key and then the right mouse click to kind of keep me on the right path. There's a gap there, so you just need a really slight jump.
It's a fine evening here in Sharn.
And then same thing, I'm going to use the...
his voice brimming with confidence. And tomorrow will be truly beautiful. Vaughn will be talking on stage for a while. Now's your
right
chance
mouse
to
key
steal
and
back
forward
the
arrow to
storm.
make sure I don't fall down. And I believe you can see that little circle, and that's what happens. That's what it does, is sort of points the direction when you hold down the right mouse key. All right, so I got both levers, so now I could jump down.
Another announcement. On behalf of Vaunt Arcanotechnic, it is my pleasure to announce
If not,
a
you'd have to
revised
fight your way
and
back up
perfected version of my
and
device.
pull those levers.
Introducing the new Vaunt Arcane Apprentice.
So this fight's a little, let me get my bomb boots on. A little tougher on hard, but not, it's going to be even worse on elite.
Still, the Vaunt Arcane Apprentice has new
Alright, so let me get my
and new
bomb
spells.
boots. Make sure I've got all my gear right, because I've been doing a lot of gear swapping.
It's simple enough. A brute with absolutely no arcane training can use it. My charming assistant will now demonstrate using my symbol.
Boss, we have a situation backstage.
If you please.
Damn this box to Kyber! Will you listen to me?
The troll lashes out in anger. Well, clearly, smashing it is not the best balance on money. But you notice it still casts the spell, even when misused in such a wasteful manner. Unbelievable, the troll says, crestfallen. And we do have an extra tough.
So I just jump back this way, I'll show you. Just show you how we're going to do this fight on
We should have used that one.
Elite and how I would do it on Reaper.
Some of the new spells included in this version
Here's the two who's doing the knockdown. This
Well, we don't cover
Artificer over here, Artificer.
Saw from my assistant.
Alright,
For normal everyday use, the
grab
Vaunt
this.
Arcane Apprentice is completely guaranteed for the lifetime of the user.
What's going on?
Alright, I'm gonna
Vaunt crumples with a cry of anguish.
use
on
my
his
invisibility.
lips. He died as he lived. Spectacularly.
We're not gonna fool the undead here, but it's alright. I'm just mainly trying to get around things like this troll and others. They're going that way, so they're ignoring us entirely. And the door's open this time, that's nice. Sometimes that door's open, sometimes it's closed. We'll just kind of circle around here to the right, quick left, and avoid all that fighting. And there's no dungeon alert because they're all sort of busy in a fight, so we're not really getting their aggro. I'm gonna give Wyo a small heal. She's not healing herself for whatever reason. And you can bypass their damage reduction with adamantine. And I think I can take the damage, so I'm going to fight these both at the same time.
Now, return the artifact to storage, where it will once again.
Where did Gitch go? There he is.
Protected for thousands of years.
This guy has a lot of hit points for an orange name. I was curious if my Holy Retribution would get him, and it seems like even though he's orange name, he has red name immunities. Which makes sense, he is the boss of this quest. Alright, let's get the captain up. Let's see, Earth Attuned, that'd be great if it was Death Block. So I'm just going to grab an item, retake it for when I'm on Elite, and then that was the last quest in Chain 2, and so I'm going to get this Arc reward, which is, there's a Saga reward also, but this is the Arc reward, and it's all like level 30 stuff, interestingly enough. So probably not, I mean, I don't know if I am kind of on the lookout for good level 30 gear, but none of this is really what I would call great level 30 gear. So now I'm going to repeat it, because I'm going to run this whole thing again on Elite, now that I'm unlocked Elite. So that is Reach for the Sky on Normal and Hard.